So I went to install the BeamMP launcher on my new desktop because I'm not using the same SSD that I was using on the laptop because A, the laptop SSD is encrypted, and B, it's full, and C, it's Windows, and I'm using Linux. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So on Windows, installing the BeamMP launcher was 3 clicks. Took me about 5 minutes to do. I have been sat here for over half an hour because I try to install one thing and I have to go through the kernel 9 times, and I have to go through and install all this extra stuff, and I have to go through the file system and then go through something else because the file system doesn't exist unless you're in a different part of the file system, at which point you basically have 2 operating systems installed, and it still doesn't work, and it screwed up the entire computer. This is a new computer. I am still working on building this computer. And this one has lasted me 5 to 6 years. And I've not had a single issue with it. And it's not the computer that's the issue, because this thing is a pile of poo. It's this. Right here. It's Zorin OS. I'm tired of it. Like, I could not, my mouse would not work unless I was using the keyboard, and not just any keyboard. It had to be this keyboard. It would not work with this one. And you might say, oh, that's because it's a Microsoft keyboard. This one's a Dell, and they're both from 2005. I don't get it. I thought Linux was going to be so much better than Windows because it doesn't steal all your information. You don't have to pay anything to use it. No, you pay in time. You stupid boy, you stay back up on the speaker. You pay in time. All this time that I've wasted, probably 40 hours, just gone into freaking trying to get things to just work. I don't even have NVIDIA stuff. I don't even have a graphics card, and it's still yelling at me that it's not even able to support NVIDIA graphics. Like, not that well. I don't have NVIDIA driving. I was going to go for a 5060 until I freaking learned how bad NVIDIA is on these things. I can't do it anymore. Windows. It's such a good operating system, except it just steals your information and you have to pay to use it. Linux is free. And there's a reason for that now, I'm learning. And it's that I can't get anything done. Like, I can do that, and then I, like, go into here, and it would not. Here, I'll do it right now. I'll close everything, if everything will just close. No, minimize. I'll click this right here, which that alone took me 30 minutes to install. Like, I'll open that. And that's the first time it's actually said can't open file. Previously, it killed the entire operating system. I would not be able to select anything with my mouse. I'm not able to click anything on. Look at that. It's doing it right there. I can't. You can hear me clicking. It's not registering any inputs. And yet, look at that. I can still scroll using the keyboard, but I can't scroll using the mouse wheel anymore. Except now I can scroll using the mouse wheel. Can I click? No, I still can't click in the taskbar, but I can click on YouTube. Except now I can't click on YouTube. Can I click this? I can click this. But I can't go back. And I can't click that either. But if I go up here and I use the scroll, that still doesn't work. Can I go up here and use the arrow? No, because it just moves the mouse into the middle of the screen for no reason. This doesn't work, but this does. I don't like this browser to begin with. Trust the pickle. That's an old thing that only, like, OG Sunday fans will understand. But the freaking, I can't control anything on. I cannot switch tabs anymore. I can't even minimize the window. Nothing works. I can change the thumbnail. I can click watch on YouTube, except I can't. It'll flash up for like half a second and then it'll disappear. Like, I can go through all of this. I just can't click any of that. I can't change the URL. I can't search. I can't do anything. I go into Spotify. It's the same thing. I can't... Well, now I can... I've been trying to skip this song for as long as this song's been playing. And that's not counting that Spotify closed itself 3 times. And then wouldn't open each time for the next 8 minutes afterward. Now I can actually skip. Why is it on the Me channel? Stop. Now I can't skip anything. Look at that. That is left click. That's left click right there. I can't skip anything. And you just say, you do that? Yeah, I can do that. But I can't use the skip button. Except now I can. So it just doesn't like the Me channel? I mean, I still can't maximize the window. I didn't even want it to not be maximized anymore. I can't even move the window around. Because it's basically just another tab that's being launched in another... I can't click out of the window, except now I can once I highlight things. This is a terrible operating system. I don't like it. And I don't even get to see, like, the CPU, though. I installed all this stuff to like, watch the CPU temperatures, to monitor the RAM usage, to do all this stuff. To monitor every single last bit about the computer. I get to see the CPU thread activity, the memory usage, and the network, and the disk, which the disk is inaccurate. Why did I not click? I clicked F9 probably, either F9 or minus. God, look at this. Wanna bet? Wanna bet this doesn't work? Yep. Nope. None work. Look at that. Who knew? Also, I can't change this. This swap stuff, you're supposed to be able to change it. I've been trying to change it for months. I can't click cancel. I'm just stuck on the color select menu. Can I click select? No. Can I change the color at least? No, I can't. Can I click out of the window? I can't click out of the window. I can't minimize the window. I have to highlight this. Except now I can't unhighlight. There we go. This is dumb. This is so incredibly stupid. Quit the window. And it just doesn't do anything. It's still open. Except it does work for everything else. Is it still playing bad? It's still playing Bad Apple. And now I can't minimize it again. And I can't zoom in because I'm holding my phone. That is left click. I am left clicking, and that should be left clicking, and it's not. I don't think you're going to see another video off this channel for a long while, at least until I get this to actually do something, at which point I'm probably going to be installing... I'm not picking a color. You can forget about it. I can't do anything. I can't. I literally... Now I can. What? In my YouTube recommended section, my scroll wheel doesn't work. Now it does. Now it doesn't. Now it does. Now my cursor. Now my clicks don't work, but they do in the task. They don't do in the task. I hate. No, this is. No, I'm tired of this. I need to switch back to Windows. If anybody knows how I can switch back to Windows, please help, because I need to switch back. My channel is worse than my computer is.